Hello students, this is Ruchi Jain from Shivaji Rao Kadam Institute of Technology and Management. Friends, our today's topic of discussion is discharge of contract. Friends, before this, as we all know, when we started the subject business law, then we was discussed about the contract, how contracts are created, what are the types of contract, all details about the making of the contract. Now we are talking about how contracts closes, how contracts completed, or we can say how contract discharge. Now when we're talking about discharge of contract, then there are some modes available by which contracts are discharged. First one is discharge by performance. Second is discharge by agreement or consent. Next is discharge by impossibility of performance. Next is discharge by lapse of time. Next, discharge by operation of law. Then next, discharge by breach of contract. These are the modes by which a contract is going to discharge. Now, first we will talking about discharge by performance. As there are some conditions in which is discharged. The first condition is discharge by performance. When the contract is performed by both the parties and there are nothing remain to do, then it is called by discharge by performance. As it is the condition in which when both the parties have completed their responsibilities related to the contract or the conditions on which the contract was created, all the formalities are completed, performance is completed, then the contract is said to be discharged by performance. Performance of contract is very common way of discharge. It may be actual performance or it may be anticipatory performance, or we can say attempted performance. When we talking about actual performance, then when both the parties perform their promises and nothing remain to perform, when both the parties have performed their all the obligations related to the contract and nothing will remain, then that contract is discharged by actual performance. When the second is attempted performance, when the promisor offers to perform his obligation and promisee refuses to accept the performance, it is also known as tender, and this is called contract discharge by attempted performance. When the promisor says, I completed my work, but the promisee is not accepting the work which is performed by the promisor, then that type of contract is called discharge by performance. Now the next is discharge by agreement or consent. When the contract is discharged by agreement or we can say consent. In this case, there are some conditions on which a contract is discharged. These conditions are first one is novation. In section 62 of Indian Contract Act, this novation was described. New contracts substitutes for old contract with the same or different parties. When if any contract is substituted with the a new contract and parties are the same, both the offerer and the offeree, both the parties are the same, then that contract is called discharge by novation agreement. Then the second is rescission of the contract. In that case, when some or all the terms of a contract are cancelled, as due to some uncertainties or due to changes in the conditions, if the conditions are cancelled of the contract, then this is called contract is discharged by rescission. Then the second is alteration. When one or more terms of a contract are altered by the mutual consent of the parties, then that contract is discharged and a new contract is created, that is called alteration of the contract. Then the next is remission, section 63 of Indian Contract Act. Acceptance of a lesser fulfillment of the promise made. When both the parties are not accepting the contract promise and there is some confusion between them, then remission exists and that contract is discharged by remission. Now the next is discharge by impossibility of performance. In some conditions when it is not possible to perform the contract due to some uncertain situations, then that contract is called discharge by impossibility of performance. For example, this is of two types. First is subsequent impossibility and supervening impossibility. In section 56 it was defined like destruction of subject matter. Sometime contract is destructed from the subject matter for which we made the contract, then that destruction is the cause for discharge by impossibility of performance. Next is non-existent of state of things, like for example, if the country is locked down, then in that situation it is not possible for a person to perform the contract, then it is called non-existence of state of the things and contract is impossible to perform. Next is death or incapacity of personal services. Sometime if we made a contract with someone for the performance of the contract and suddenly uncertain situations are arise or death or incapacity of a person happens, then that in that case the contract is discharged by impossibility of performance. Now the next is changes of laws. If sometime law is changed, like if sometime the situations are changes, then law according to changes the situation, then in that case the contract is impossible to perform and it is discharged. Then next is outbreak of wars. If in any countries wars are declared, then in that case it is not possible to perform the contract and contract is discharged. Now the next is discharge by lapse of time. Due to time, as we all know, time is the important factor in the making of the contract, that it should be performed within a time period. Then if due to some reason contract is discharged by lapse of time, then in the Limitation Act 1863 clearly state that a contract should be performed within a specific time called period of limitation. As we all know, time period is important for any type of contract. Then if within a time period contract is not performed or contract is not completed or the work of the contract is not completed, then contract is discharged due to lapse of time. The next is discharge by operation of law. If sometime law says that or the operation of law says the contract is discharged, then these have some reasons. For example, due to death of the parties, in both of the parties, the offerer and the acceptor, if any one of is having death, then in that case the contract is discharged by operation of law. As in both the parties, if one is not exist, then in that case contract is discharged. By the mergers, if we are making we were made contract with a company and that company is merged with another company, then in that case contract is discharged by operation of law. Or next is insolvency. If we made a contract with a company and that company declares insolvent, then in that case contract is become discharged and contract is discharged by operation of law. Now the next is very important point of discharge of the contract, and that point is discharge by breach of contract. As we all know, this contract is discharged. Sometimes contract is breach between the parties and it is not completed the contract, and it is breach of the contract exists, where the promisor neither perform his contract nor tender his performance, or where the performance is defective, there is a breach of contract. Breach of contract may be of two types: actual breach and anticipatory breach. Actually, when promisor is neither performs his obligation and his performance is defective, then in that case contract is discharged by breach of contract. In that case, breach of contract is of two types. First one is actual breach and second is anticipatory breach. When we talking about actual breach, then at the time of performance or during the performance, if somebody says I am not able to complete that contract and that contract is discharged by breach of contract. And the second is anticipatory breach by the act of the promisor or implied repetition. Due to promisor, if promisor says I am not able to complete the contract and he discharge his contract, then that contract is called breach of contract, and this is called anticipatory breach when it is happens from the side of the promisor. So this is all about discharge of contract. We may learn in this till this subject are the making of the contract and discharge of contract, both the things. Thank you very much for this video. In next lecture we will in detail discuss the breach of contract. Thank you.